Okay, I wanted to make this video to essentially talk about a pet peeve of mine in the ASMR community. And if you've been in the ASMR community, like specifically Mommy ASMR, like plenty of maternal roleplay ASMR mainly is where I see it. And I get you technically do know if you know you know. And essentially I know it's meant to be like kind of a joke, or at least I'm hoping it is for anyone that does say it, but at the same time, it could easily be very, very serious. So essentially, I'll just get right into it. People commenting on these videos saying, I'm cooked. Oh, we are so cooked with this one. Oh, the bloodline is ending with me. Essentially, talking about how watching these videos automatically makes you like undateable and stuff, and essentially like how watching videos like Mommy ASMR and everything makes it so that no one is ever gonna want you in your life ever. And like I get that there are times where that can be a joke, but a lot of the times I feel like people take have been taking it really, really seriously. See, the thing is like I see that a lot, and the thing is like don't like I really just do not like it. Like the only reason I feel like people say this is because they really just feel like I said before, they feel like watching these videos just makes them undateable for whatsoever reason. And like people cannot and it's like you cannot just automatically assume no one is ever going to want to date you just because of that. And if I'm wrong, maybe you guys can correct me in the comments. I definitely do. You're not cooked for watching these kinds of videos. You're not cooked. The bloodline's not going to end off with you. I mean, and it's like you're not. And it's like, I mean, granted, you may not necessarily want to show this to like just anyone. I mean, unless maybe they're cool with it. Unless maybe they're cool with it or something. But like, your life is not ruined. Your life is not like over when you start watching these. And it's like, I mean, people can say it's a joke all they want, but it's like I've been seeing it so often that it's like it's hard to believe that at this point it's still a joke. It's still a joke. It's hard to fathom that. I can't like it's hard to believe. And it's like the only reason that any of you would ever like have the bloodline end with you like you say it would is because you choose for it to. Like you don't want to date anyone. Like you don't necessarily want to date anyone. And you don't have to. And it you don't have to. You never have to. You're never gonna have to date anyone. No one because it's cool not to date anyone. It's cool to go your whole life without finding your finding a soulmate. You don't need a soulmate to be set for life. You know, it's like you don't need you don't need to find that kind of love to have love in general. If you can find love from these videos, then that's awesome. That's awesome. Because these are meant to make you feel loved, appreciated, cared for, respected, protected, all held, all kinds of things. That's the point of these videos. I get that maybe you can overdo them. You can definitely overdo them. I myself have definitely been getting into them more than I practically should, but it's like when I really, really look at it, I made I made a video about on this very like that touched on this just a little bit on another channel, mm, uh, on another channel called Illiduck Storm, like essentially saying like these videos for me personally have made it so that I have been able to keep my job. I mean, listen, I would argue these have made that I would be cooked without these videos, without these audios. Because if I never had them to go to in the first place, I would never, I would practically crash out so hard. I would practically crash out so hard. I would have practically lost my job at Food Depot. I would have, I would have, some customer would have practically needed to call the police and get me sent to jail just to feel safe. Even more so if they have kids. And so, like, because I have quite the temper. I have quite the temper that I'm still needing to work on to this day. I'm needing to, like, work on that. I'm needing to work on that, and these audios are definitely helping. And I get that maybe I shouldn't be, like, too reliant on them, but it's like, if it weren't for these audios, I would be cooked myself. And I feel like I would be in jail. I literally said that in that other video I was talking about, because they really make me feel so loved. They make me feel appreciated. They make me feel held. And it's like, if you've seen that other video, you would know, like, I can put the link in the description, and, like, you'll just have to see it. It's a rather long video, so I understand if you can't see the whole thing. Just see as much of it as you're comfortable with. Trigger warning, it talked about, like, like, some pretty dark stuff, like, I talked about some pretty dark stuff, like this right here, like, literally, I will be in jail if it weren't for these. It goes, like, deeper into this, like, dealing with my actual mother, what happened to my actual mother. So, yeah, life has been rough, but these audios have definitely made things so much easier. And it's like, maybe not, I'm not looking for love. I'm not necessarily looking for love right now, but the fact that I'm watching these videos isn't really stopping me from being able to go on the pursuit for love, for, like, a significant other of my own. I just choose not to go for one right now. And and that's the thing. It's like, the bloodline, it doesn't have to end with you unless you choose for it to. You do not have. And it's like, people are going to be like in the comments, anyone that sees this is going to be like, oh, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Please don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. And it's like, well, if I can't give you hope, then who's going to? Then who is going to? I want to give you hope. I want to let you know that it's not over. The way these audios are meant to help you in, like, dark places. If you're ever in a dark spot, a tight spot, these audios can help you. And, like, maybe you don't necessarily want to, like, rely on them like crazy, but, like, they really can help you if you let them. They really do help you. They really do help you if you can just keep on giving them as many chances as you need to in order to quite literally not be in jail. I mean, for plenty of people, if you were really, for everyone here, if you were really cooked, you would be in jail. To me personally, being cooked is being in jail. Literally. And even then, you can get out after your sentence is done. Unless you have, like, a life sentence or something. And like, yes, I understand it is horrible. To lose any part of your life. To lose any part of your life in jail time. But, like, if you're... and I can never be sorry enough for you. But it's like, even then, unless you have a life sentence, you can still have, you can still spend the rest of your life, spend the rest of your life if you have time left. You don't have to give up. You don't have to give up on yourself. To me personally, you're only ever truly cooked really if you're like in jail, because if you were in jail, you wouldn't even be able, no, none of you would be able to comment on this, none of you would even be able to see this. Just please, please, please realize that you are not cooked when you see these videos. You are not cooked when you see these videos. I know it is insane. It is insane to believe, and it's like, it's insane to believe because like people look like there are actually, of course there are people that see these as weird. This isn't everyone's cup of tea, but it's like it's your cup of tea. It's my cup of tea. It's our cup of tea. It doesn't need to be everyone's for it to help us. It doesn't need, and like people can view it as weird as they want, but it's like that's them. That's them. They don't. That's them. That's their opinion on on these types of videos. They can see it as weird as they want, but like we don't. They're not us. They're not in our shoes. They really, really just aren't. And if you guys want to know like what video inspired this, it is an audio by Vanilla Velvet Audios, essentially, where she's kind of like playing as a character that isn't necessarily goth, but really does look goth. Essentially, with the title like of that character, and like you're not dying alone. Like I understand, like maybe you can debunk my whole video. You can debunk my whole video as thoroughly as you need to, as you want to. But in the end of the day, you do not have to just give up on yourself when you're watching these videos, because these are meant to give us comfort, to give us hope when it feels like there's none left. If anything, I feel like more often than not, it feels like we're more cooked without them than with them, because of the very fact that we go to them so much. We go to them as often as we do because we go to them for warmth and love. Maybe we might not necessarily seek it right now. Maybe we might never seek it, but that doesn't mean our life is over. You do not need a significant partner in order, you do not need a significant other in order to be set for life. And like I said before, if I don't give you hope, who will? I really, really just want you guys to understand. And because I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I really just don't want you to feel like you have to just give up when you realize you're watching these videos. When, like, maybe with enough time, if you trust someone enough, you can let them know. You can let them know. Maybe you might not let anyone know, and that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to. You really, really don't. But please, please, please realize you are never doomed at any point when watching these videos. I mean, I don't consider myself doomed. I mean, I would practically, like I said before again, I would be in such a dark spot if it weren't for these videos. I thank God for these videos because, like I said in that other video, they are literal godsends. Because of the very fact that they prevented me from having crash outs at levels that would, I know for a fact, would get me into jail and losing my job. And I don't even, it might even rule the possibility of me getting kicked out of the house. For all I know. I don't know, but these videos have saved me. They really, really did. And you can watch as much as this video as you want. But anyone that does see it, thank you. And I'll even thank anyone that doesn't see it for at least seeing the thumbnail. You're not cooked for seeing these. The bloodline does not end with you. Unless you make the choice for it to. Because you really don't need romantic love to be set for life. Anyways, just wanted to say that. God bless you all. You guys really are entities of awesomeness. I love you all so much. And I'll see you all next video.